Hi, my name is Liv Hewson, and I'm reacting to some YELLOWJACKETS fan theories.
One finale theory is that there was a grander scheme at play than we knew to make sure that Natalie made it up the mountain in the hunt. Like, example, Melissa stalled in her interaction with Shauna, maybe, Ty's threat to Shauna, Mari perhaps planning to like run as long as she could so that to give Natalie time to get up there.
Well, there were sort of multiple plans happening at once. There's like Van and Misty and Nat fixing up the sat phone, and then Hannah being down to swap places with Nat to get her up the mountain, and then like a different plan at play was like Mari et al. Trying to plan the hunt in order to have a pretext to kill Shauna, which is why Mari lunges for the knife right before she runs away, and is why like Melissa shows up and attempts to strangle her. It's that the second plan at play in the episode is like, how do we get rid of Shauna so we can get out of here? Where the f is Natalie? Which doesn't go great. It does not go very well. I am really interested in Taissa and Shauna's exchange, because I think that it's like such a small snippet, but I think that really speaks volumes as to where their relationship might go. Particularly juxtaposed with where like Tawny and Melanie's Taissa and Shauna are at the end of season 3. Much to consider.
Yeah, it's really switched. Like in the wilderness, Ty has a power over Shauna, the only person who has a power over Shauna. But then in the adult timeline, it feels like Shauna has more of the influence, even though...
I mean, for now, like, it seems like Taissa and Misty might be coming for her any second, so we'll see.
That was a fun pan over to Christina at the end. That was a fun reveal. So, next theory, there's never been anything supernatural in the woods, and season 3 started to hint at that, like the frog sounds, the chanting after Ben's death sounding like the screaming from the theme song, the red water is mercury and they're all being poisoned by it kind of thing. There's never been anything supernatural. There's never been an it.
Sure. I think this show it really intentionally lives in the ambiguity between the possibility that there is something supernatural at play and the possibility that there isn't. I don't know that we'll ever completely land one way or another. We might. I mean, like, you know, ask me again in 2 years when they fully are like, no, it's this. But the way that I feel about it right now is that the ambiguity is really deliberate, because these characters would have no way of knowing either. And it haunts them, you know, throughout their lives.
The death plane that we see both versions of Natalie and both versions of Van on after their deaths is the plane that takes them back from their rescue, and that's why it's different from the crash plane.
I wonder. I mean, they're also different journeys. Like in the scene between Sophie and Juliet, like the plane is shaking, but like it's very, very turbulent, and then between Lauren and I, it's like we're watching an in-flight movie. A very upsetting in-flight movie, but, you know, it's like the vibe is different. So I couldn't tell you exactly what that plane means, but we'll see.
Lisa from Lottie's cult is Natalie and Travis's daughter.
Damn. Cool. I love all the, like, secret relative theories. I saw somebody say that they thought like Walter was Melissa's brother. I'm like, sure, you know, why not? I'm obsessed. Also, like, I would love for Nicole to come back. So if Lisa is somebody's family member and that's what gets Nicole hanging around with us again, I'd be stoked.
Yeah, because like we know that Lisa was adopted, and we know that Lottie was trying to apologize, like planning an apology to her, planning to give her $50,000, which like was that Travis's money that he did not keep from some kind of payout they got after the crash? Or?
Well, I will say, I don't know that we necessarily know yet who Lottie was planning to apologize to. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that.
Okay. And then Misty is the final girl. The true antler queen is the one who survives, not the one wearing the crown.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do not know. I really think in the adult timeline, absolutely anything could be happening. And there's no like version of that I feel like universally happy about, because I love all of those characters, right? It's like, oh, but I don't want anything to happen to Taissa. Like, you know, this show plays around so much with like tropes in horror and tropes in like 90s pop culture, like especially as it pertains to like narratives for women. So I think this show probably could do some interesting stuff, turning the final girl trope on its head a few different ways, but we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Aquila gets left behind in the woods when they're rescued. Where is she at the end of this season? We did not see her at the end.
We didn't. I saw a video on the internet of a couple of people like at the entrance of a cave being like going hunting for Aquila since we don't know what happened to her. And I sent it to Nia and she loved it.
Oh, yeah. We need to find out. I'm so worried for her.
I am too.
Because the last person we saw in the cave with her was Lottie, which I love you, Lottie, but that's a dangerous person to be with in a cave.
I mean, it's just not good to be in the cave. I don't think anyone's had a good time in the cave. Get out of the cave.
In that cave specifically.
Oh
like,
my
very
God.
Bad.
Get out of there.
Where is she? Where is Aquila? Last one. Adult Van fed Shauna, the Queen of Hearts, in the season 2 hunt draw to get back at her for thwarting their rescue the first time. And Ty was in on it, or at least clocked what Van was doing.
Well, I mean, in the 90s by now, we know that like Van is capable of rigging the card draw, but I will say like it didn't go well. Like she had a plan to rig the card draw that didn't work, so who knows how good she is at it. But I think that hunt in season 2, like Van sinking into it is Van sort of on the precipice of like, if I participate in this, am I going to be healthy? Like, am I going to survive? I don't know that she was necessarily thinking about Shauna. I think she was more thinking about like Lottie. Like, is what Lottie believes real? Do I need to participate in this? But these women love trying to kill each other, so who knows?
Are there any theories that you've seen that we didn't mention that you think are fun?
I think they're all fun. I think they're all a lot of fun, and some of them lovingly are bad but that's fun too.
Yeah, when looking through this, I was like, oh, there's no way this one's happening. But like, I love the imagination.
Well, what I love the most actually is when somebody's right.
Yeah.
And then I get to read a theory and think, oh, in 6 months' time, this person's gonna be very happy.